I'm Chris King, and this is Pampered Sisters. Well, actually, now it's intentionally pampered. Once upon a time, it was Pampered Sisters. And if you're here and you remember this Pampered Sisters, welcome back. And if you return, if this is your first time, this is intentionally pampered. Welcome. Now, Pampered Sisters was created back in 2008. Me and my mom did it, and you can go back and watch the other videos. And I started making soaps and body products while I was working in corporate America to give as gifts for people's birthdays instead of putting money in the card they passed around to get, gifts and enough left over for pizza and a cake. I just started making soap or a lotion or something, and that's what I put in the card. Pretty soon people started asking for it. And I was just doing it simply because we as women never really get gifts. Um, we get, gifts at work. You get gifts at home, but we don't ever really take care or get gifts like that unless it's a holiday or birthday or something like that. I mean, some people do. And then um, it evolved. I mean, I started going to craft shows and farmers markets, and I noticed that these women would come every week and they would buy gifts for friends or family, and they say, "Oh, I'm getting this because, you know, she doesn't feel good, and I want to cheer her up," and or I'm getting this because somebody got a promotion and I want to give them this, or it's their birthday, or it's Mother's Day, and I would always ask them after they put so much time and effort and thought into the gift they're getting for that friend or that family member, what are you getting yourself? And they say, "Oh, I'll get me something later." That's what we do. We always pour into everybody else and we get gifts for ourselves later. And what I learned is you're always buying that gift for that person because that's what you want someone to do for you. At least I do. I don't know about y'all. It's always nice to get a gift or a card or something unexpectedly from somebody. It is. It really is. But anyway, that's why Pamper Sisters evolved. But now, Pamper Sisters is intentionally pampered. And it's because I'm older and there's some other things that I've seen. I've gotten a little wiser. Well, I like to believe I'm wiser. I don't think my grandkids think I'm wiser. Yeah, I've gotten a little wise. I had to think about it for a while. I was trying to think of a wise thought. I'm sorry, I cracked myself up. Some things just don't change. I really was trying to think of a wise thought. Okay, but anyway, um, where was I? See, and that's why I have my notes, y'all. Okay, so I decided that because I was taking so long coming back, every year I would try and I get so intimidated by what everybody else is doing, I stopped trying to come back because I didn't have, you know, in the beginning you could do a video and then run and go put it on and it was okay. You didn't edit it or nothing. And then people started editing and Canva came along and ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini and Adobe Print Shop and video print and all of those things, and I couldn't operate any of them. I tried to figure it out and I would get lost. Even in CapCut, they're supposed to be so easy. Y'all know how many videos? Okay, I'm gonna stop. That's why I got my notes. Okay. Anyway, this season is different for me. This season is of my life that looks different. It's slower. It's more honest. And it's more aligned. And honestly, it's about me protecting my peace. Okay. When you get older, I didn't know what that meant when my grandma used to say that, but I know now. Peace is underrated. That's all I gotta say. If you old, you know what I'm saying. And with that, there's been a shift. And I started doing things intentional because I'm 62. And you're going to hear me talk about my age every single time because a lot of people don't make it this far with peace, okay? Because it's no longer just about what we do outside. This is about how we care for ourselves inside. That's where the peace is, okay? Because if you don't take care of yourself inside, you have a lot going on in your head. And me, there is a lot for those two marbles to be running into if I don't have peace up there, okay? So I gotta have peace so I can just hear them going, back and forth, the marbles, okay? Okay, this space is for us, okay? because we pour, at least I do, and I know if you're watching this, you do too. We pour so much into everyone else because that's what we do. And I'm learning that I've poured over the years and I've enjoyed pouring into others, but I forgot how to pour into myself. And I'm learning, I'm finding my way back. And I'm doing it intentionally. So that's why I decided to change up to intentionally pampered, because I wanted to give a little bit more and bring you along for the journey as I'm pouring into myself, that maybe I can help you and you can help me, because I ain't perfect. So my playlist on my channel is going to be a little different. You're still going to see my Pampered Sisters videos. They're not just going to be about making soaps, even though everybody says they're so pretty. I don't know what to do with them. You know what? You're supposed to wash with them. If nobody else told you what to do with my soaps, even though they're pretty, they still have a function. Wash with them. I put the oils and the butters in there so that you can moisturize your skin as well as clean it. Okay? It's a pretty soap. And you know what's great about pretty soaps that someone makes? They make more. So you can just buy more after you use it up, okay? I just came up with that. Okay, so I make body butters, body oil, sugar scrubs, and soaps. I also make candles. But my candles are a little bit more natural now. They have apricot wax, coconut wax, they have soy wax, and a little beeswax. Okay, and the fragrances I use are more for different things. Like I have a fragrance now called Salt and Stillness, and that's for when you're doing your journaling and meditation or whatever. Then I have some for when you're cleaning the house, the music loud and you're just playing and dancing. I have no rhythm, but you know what I mean. I like to turn the music on when I'm cleaning, and just I think when you turn the music on and you're cleaning your house, and then after you finish you put a candle on, but while you're cleaning your house, the music on, I think it helps the vibes of the dust to know that you mean serious business, and so it will leave. It sounds good, don't it? Anyway, I have bubble baths. It took me almost a summer and a half, about 6 months, to come up with the recipe I really like, because I love Avon's bubble bath and I love Avon Skin So Soft, and I always wanted both. So I just kept working it until I came up with my own formula. Yeah, I love a good bubble bath. I like bath bombs too, but I love a good bubble bath. There's nothing like a good bubble bath. Yeah. So anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking about candles. How I get on bubble baths? Anyway, candles. I have candles, and I still have my soaps. So you're gonna still see the nice demos that I do, and I'm explaining, what's in the everything. And then I'm also gonna have Boss Lady Chronicles. That's going to be about real life, real lessons, behind the scenes building this business. Because being a boss is not just beautiful. There's a cost, and y'all know that. It costs to be the boss, and it will humble you real quick. But for real, I've sat on both sides. When I was at SVDC as a business advisor, I helped small businesses from construction to clinics, to veterinarian clinics, to dental clinics, to daycares, to e-commerce, to restaurants. I help them from setting up their projections and their performance and their package, to take loan packages, with 3 and 5 year plans, to coming back to them later and taking their historical data and making projections for increasing their business, for growth, or for exiting their business. I've seen it all. I've seen the triumphs and I've seen the failures. I've seen it from both sides. I've seen it from being the one that helped them put those things together to when I had my small restaurants and my Pampered Sisters and my bookkeeping business. You know, it's a business too. So I'm going to share with you, but when I share with you, it's going to be as it applies to me. But I'm going to provide you the resources, because one thing about, I worked with SBDC, had all those connections for 15, really almost 20 years. I still know where they are. So I can help you. I will provide you the resources when I do talk about some of those things, to where it is in the area you're in, because what goes on in Texas is different from what goes on in Washington or Alaska or Oregon, you know. And there's more than just marketing and branding and things like that. I mean, I'm even going to share with you how I, knock on wood, give me a hand, a pat on the back, got my logo is trademarked now. I did that last year. Yeah, I did that. I did that. I did that. Yeah, me. Did I tell you I got? Yeah, I did it. I'm gonna share with y'all. I did that. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Boss Lady Chronicles. Okay, that's enough. And then second wind reflection. This is where we're gonna slow down. We're gonna reflect, and we're going to do internal work. Now look, y'all. I know some of y'all are fast forwarding through this video. This is just an informational video. It might get boring. Some of them are not gonna be boring, and and you know what? You're probably saying, "Man, she needs to learn how to edit. She needs to learn how." I'm learning. I'll get to it. But if you have some suggestions and you want to add to it, you can. Okay. But don't get in my comments and tell me everything I'm doing bad and don't have no suggestions. Because like my grandma said, if you don't got nothing nice to say or you don't got nothing to back it up with, just keep it to yourself. Okay. Because I wouldn't do that to you. Okay. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, journaling. Okay, so second wind reflection. This is about a space where I journal, and I'm going to share with you and do reflection in my guided moments. It's something I've been working on behind the scenes. I've been really working on myself, but in the process of working on it, I started writing a book about it, a self-guided journal book that I'm going to share with y'all. It was like while I was minding my own business, I came across writing this book. And I mean, I think it's pretty good. I mean, not just because I'm the author of it. I think I did something there. Okay. Okay. And it's because I started learning about self-care and I'm working through it and how it's happening. I thought it would be something that I could share with y'all, because sometimes stillness is about just being in the moment. I know I've said every year I would get on. Notice I didn't do it the first of the year this year. And I would say, okay, this year I'm going to do it. I'm going to be here every day. I'm going to do this once a month. I'm not going to do that. That's one thing I did learn in all of this. I'm not going to make a commitment that I'm not sure about. A commitment without thinking it through. I've been posting a lot on my social media lately, and that's going okay. And I am going to make a commitment to make at least 3. Oh, they are so pretty. Anyway, I make 3 videos a month. 3 videos a month for you. They're going to be intentional, meaningful. They're going to have a message. Sometimes, though, they might not have a message, y'all. Sometimes I might just get on here and have a pity party. Like I said, you have to have some time in my first book, Disconnect to Reconnect. Y'all might need to know what a pity party look like, okay? So I might get on here and show y'all. And I'm going to show y'all that not everything is perfect. Like this video is not perfect. But I'm showing up, because showing up is important. And being consistent is important. It might not be perfect, but I'm keeping my commitment. Because it's not about perfection. It's about showing up, growing, bringing you along for the ride, and glowing together. That's what it's about. So if you're here for self-care, if you're here for growth, if you're here for real life, real talk, then you're in the right place, a safe place. Like me, subscribe to me, and hit the notification button so you know when I'm sending a video, so you're not waiting around for it. Okay? Now I'm going to end this video. And if you don't do anything else today or tomorrow or tonight, whenever you watch this video, if you don't do anything else, whatever you do it with good intentions. Until the next time, bye.